Welcome back to another episode of Talk 21. I'm David Vitti and my co-host, Sam Genova.
Welcome back. A little something that people don't know. Sam, you're an avid card collector.
Yes, I am.
Now,
yes.
Any sport in particular?
Hockey, just hockey. That's what I love. That's what I know. I mean, I just collect hockey.
Do you look at any other sport?
I tried getting into F1. I like basketball as well. I tried getting into basketball, but it's just for cards. It's just not my passion. I soccer. I did a little bit of soccer. But
You're a hockey guy.
Yeah, but I sold everything because I just don't love it.
Dave, have you?
So what? Like you sold other stuff, but the hockey
Like
stuff
cards.
you have. But
Yeah.
the hockey stuff you still have.
Yeah, but yeah. I'm
Dave,
always
have you seen some of his cards? Like,
You know what?
legitimate.
I know that he has nice pieces, but I'm not a hockey fan. Like I know that sounds really weird.
But are you a collector of cards or anything?
Yeah, he's
Wine?
What does my wife call you? She
I'm
calls you
Collector of nothing?
No, he's
hobbyist.
Hobbyist. And when he goes into something, he goes
Wait. One of them is
110%.
motorcycles, right?
Yeah.
Do you still have a series of them, right?
I do.
How many?
I don't know. We're not
Scratch.
going to talk.
Scratch.
I
about
want to
it.
know.
No, we don't need to talk.
But that's your
about
hobby, though, right?
That's a hobby of mine.
Do you have any other little hobbies like wine and stuff
No,
like
I'm
that?
not into wines, that thankfully, and I'm
He's
not into cigars.
He's
and-
into hunting, but he doesn't hunt
Yeah,
anything.
I got into a little bit of hunting back in the days.
How many guns do you have?
So yeah, I've got. Anyway, I don't know.
I
if
want
this
to know.
is-
I want to know. Yeah, this is very
No,
necessary.
We don't need to.
No,
provide-
but but you're a collector. Like you're a connoisseur of it.
I'm only a collector of fine Italian motorcycles.
Fine Italian motorcycles.
I love Ducatis. And I've
beautiful.
I've had Ducatis for all my life.
Have you had any shipped over from Italy?
No, well, they're originally all from Italy, but no, not personally.
Really?
Not personally. So
Not
yeah.
out of the box, but
Yeah.
he's got a
Spectacular.
beautiful-
So
he's got a
that's
beautiful
my
collection.
thing, and I mean, but at the
So
end of
so off air, we were talking about F1, Formula One,
Yep.
which is Italy's, and the next one Monza, not Monza.
No, I think it's
Emilia Romagna.
yeah.
Emilia Romagna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever gone to watch F1?
We're actually going next month.
Next month, yeah.
Good.
We go to Montreal. We started. I joined. Dave's been going for how many years?
Many years. I don't even know how many years.
Like consecutive.
Yes,
I
So you
know
haven't missed one in a long time.
for a while.
they haven't invited me anyway.
So Sam,
change conversation, that's
Sam's joining the group, and
Oh,
Well,
that's
no,
nice.
no,
I'm so happy for
Hold
you.
on a second. Last year was my inaugural.
first, yeah.
okay.
So it's
No.
not. It's not even.
Now
it
I
was,
got my stripes. You know?
It was not even myself that organized it. It was another friend that they've been doing this trip since high school. So for 30 years.
Never missed
and,
a year.
And now
We're talking
he's-
Montreal, though.
Montreal,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. So now they've opened it up a little bit, and they've had some more seats available. And so anyway, the group's gotten a bit larger. And then so Sam's coming to other friends that are not part of the original group. So we've been doing it for a few years now. It's good.
So for the people who've never been, I've been many, many times, and it's an experience, something that it can't be explained. The roaring of the engine, the whole thing. Do you think everyone should experience Formula One?
Absolutely. I mean,
That's
it's
a lot
a
of fun.
cool.
It's expensive though.
It's an international event, and it's like everybody's loving it. That whole Netflix series has really made it just blow up. And I've been to F1 races back in the day when they weren't turboed and hybrid cars. They were fully naturally aspirated. Like,
What do you mean turbo hybrid?
well, like F1 cars are.
Oh, you're talking about now.
Today's cars are very sophisticated.
Correct.
They're very fast, but they're not as loud. So back in the day, when the cars were really loud, like you would need earplugs, and that was a really big experience. Now it's
you
still,
don't need earplugs now?
You don't. You could. I mean, young kids, I'd probably recommend them wearing some sort of earplugs. But
So-
overall, it's not as loud as it used to be. For
I
sure.
experienced the Formula One with Michael Schumacher.
Nice.
Yeah,
driving.
those
Have you
days-
experienced that?
I've been to races back then too. Though I think it's maybe even before then that the cars were even louder.
Okay,
But-
so when I went, when it was Kimi Räikkönen and
Yeah.
Hakkinen and Schumacher, and it was like the roar was,
Yes.
you could feel it.
Yes.
It was a lot of energy. Now I haven't been, but now that you're telling me it's a lot quieter,
It's still a lot
You
of
know,
fun.
it's
though.
it's still like you would
It's-
never.
well, you go
it's
with the
not-
friends and all that.
It's not something that you would not know or know about if you went new today. Like it's still beautiful. It's still
Well, it's like
super experience.
everything. All the new cars and the engines, they're all getting quieter. They're all getting they're all turbo.
Hybrid.
You can't find the cars like we grew up.
So listen, guys, I'm going to
the
say
big
something.
motors.
This episode is all going to be about benefits, by the way, for anyone
Oh,
that's
I thought we were
tuning in.
getting onto cars and collectibles.
But here's the other thing. Have you guys ever been in a Tesla?
No.
Now, my brother-in-law recently bought a 2024 Tesla. Model 3. Guys, it's a rocket ship.
I do not want to talk about Tesla.
It is a rocket.
I'm not doubting it at all. I'm
No,
sure
no, no.
it's super
You
fast.
like it's so fast that it almost takes your breath away. Like there's no a Ferrari could not catch it off the line. No way in heck.
Yeah.
It can go 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds.
Right. It has
Why
no
do you not
appeal.
like it?
No appeal. I
Because you
need
like the engine.
I need to hear that.
So do
I just don't think they're great. Yeah.
I'm not saying anything.
Have you driven one? Been in one?
Yes, it's not only about that. It's just, anyways, I don't want to get on the topic.
No, but I'm curious. Why the hell are you so?
Well,
against
I
it?
mean, to make their batteries, they're supposed to be better for the economy, but they're not.
Economy and environment.
Environment,
Yeah.
sorry, the economy. For the environment, to make a battery, one of those batteries, and they have a lot of problems, anyways. But anyways, they catch fire, you can't put them out.
I just need to hear I need to hear an engine roaring. Still.
Yeah,
For speed, I don't.
to hear something go like.
Well, it doesn't even
nothing.
make that noise.
It doesn't even do nothing.
But the experience, guys, is insane.
No, I'm sure it's like they're making a lot of cars that are hybrid, like the Porsche Taycan.
Taycan, yeah.
The Taycan's
Yeah.
full electric. It's a monster also.
Well, BMW, they all got it now.
It just doesn't appeal to me. Like if
No.
I'm gonna get a performance car, I want to hear the
you
engine.
want to feel it, and
wanna
I'm the
hear it.
exact same way.
And I don't need horsepower. I want the whole driving experience. And electrics doesn't give me that experience.
Yeah, you don't even need a fast car. It's just you need a car that's like a
So
driver's car.
for me, I like analog cars, like 70s, where it's
You feel it all.
it's just
Not even
you
the
and
70s,
the car.
the 90s, the 2000 early.
No. But if you want a muscle car, and
Yeah.
you know that it's you and the car and steel, and that's it.
Depends which muscle car, because some of them couldn't turn.
So for me, it's always
Yeah.
it's always Camaros. Well, anything with
Well,
with power
in a
steering.
straight line, that's okay. But
So I've driven cars without power steering. I have a Fiat 500 with no power steering, but I have muscle cars that have power steering, and a Camaro when it goes. I mean, you don't hear nothing but the engine,
Yeah.
and you feel it all.
Exactly.
So
No.
you
Do
guys
you
would
remember-
never
And
buy.
Do you remember the
and
days of
Tesla,
the-
Tesla doesn't do that.
No.
So I wouldn't buy it.
Mustang 5.0
Oh yeah, I had one of
fastback,
those.
yeah.
You had a Mustang?
with
I had
the
a-
Hertz shifter.
I had a. I
Yeah,
had
it
a,
Those
hits you.
are-
It hits you back, right?
I
Those
had
are
a-
fun
I had
cars.
a
What,
1990
305s
20.
in the back?
I don't remember.
What were you saying? The
I had a
1990 what?
1990
90, yeah.
25th anniversary trunk, the notchback. I think they
Fastback?
call it. No, notchback. It's the trunk.
Yeah.
The trunk.
Damn.
And,
Why'd you get rid of it?
That car's worth
because
good money today.
Oh my God.
I was a kid, right? Like I mean, we
But
moved
those are the
on.
cars we grew up with, right?
Good-
Like
it
the
was a fun-
M3s, the
fun car.
Volkswagens, cars that were not crazy power, but they were a driver's car, man.
225 horsepower, the most power,
225.
the most
But
power.
it was
raw.
no, hold on. It was 225 horsepower, but like 300 and some odd pounds of torque.
Yeah,
So
whatever
it's
it was.
just pure animal.
It was the funnest car to be in.
Yeah.
I had multiple friends, and we'd be sideways the whole time.
Yeah,
And it
every
was only
gear,
225
every
horsepower.
every gear you can break the tires.
Yeah.
you can never keep it
And
straight.
just hearing that
so much fun.
exhaust, straight pipe, like
But I will tell you, I've been in 2023 new Porsche. Damn, I forget what it is. It almost had 600 horsepower. It's a scary car to be in.
It's
You can
different.
feel
It's
like
a-
it's an
Yeah.
animal.
but it's a different horsepower.
I don't know if I like that kind of power though, because when are you ever going to use that kind
You're
of power?
not.
Where? Not in the city.
No.
Not on
not.
the highway.
And then if you take a chance, they're gonna impound it.
Could
They're
you
gonna-
imagine? And then that's it. It's gone.
To enjoy that car, you got to take it to the track.
Yeah.
So, guys, listen. There's a great monologue. I love it. I think we could talk cars this entire episode, but let's talk real estate for a second.
Sure.
Guys, let me ask you a question. And this is something that's been asked a lot, and I want your opinion on it. Benefits of owning a home. Now, we're talking owning because a lot of people can't even own it nowadays. But what are the benefits of owning a home, guys?
Well, I mean, traditionally, it's building wealth and being able to. Well, getting into buying a home and building equity allows you to do a lot more. Whether it's pulling equity to buy an investment, obviously, you have something that you own.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of benefits in owning a property, of course, because if you're just renting, you're just kind of paying somebody else's mortgage, and you're never going to have anything at the end of the day.
Yeah, and assuming that the market keeps increasing like it has, and you build equity, it's really hard to save money like renting or living with family, like saving enough money on a salary to buy a house in 10 years from now. You might as well get into the market. Hopefully the asset appreciates, and the equity that you gain, you can flip it into the new property, because it's just really hard to get to save all that money. So
100%.
in owning a home.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a big thing we
Owning-
run into with clients, and I know Dave. I mean, of course, everybody that's in real estate probably runs into this. We always have those people that are renting and they're saying, you know,
I'm gonna wait for the market
I'm
to
gonna
slow
wait till the
down.
market to slow down, or when I have enough money for deposit, I'm gonna
That's a
buy
problem,
a
right?
house. That's a
right
big
there.
problem
You know why, right?
because they can never get the money to save if you're paying this kind of rent.
Never.
The problem is people need to understand is that this is a big factor. You'll never be completely 100% ready to buy your first home. You just kind of
You have to
dive right
jump
in.
in,
Yeah. You're never going to be ready. There's never going to be the perfect moment. There's never
So
going to be the perfect time.
what about those people that say, you know what, I'm going to live with my parents for a year and then get into the market? The market is growing
Yes.
while you're waiting. So do you even save any money by doing that?
well, it depends what's going on with the economy. Like, I mean, if you time it properly, if you time it properly, and there's a bit of a lull in the market, you might time it properly where you get a better deal.
Well, let's assume that you don't. Let's
but
say
if you
just,
don't. It's hard.
do you
to,
really save anything by doing that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Not with the way that the market goes.
You just come down. You come with a bigger down payment, but
Correct.
It's not like you've benefited from because the market's also gone up. So if you bought it
course.
a year before,
Of course.
you know you've
So-
lost that equity that you could have built.
So again, you're talking about building equity and whether you should wait or not. I just realized, like doing like selling and buying real estate for clients, I notice people that have big homes. It's not like they have a bigger salary or they've been working harder. It's just that they've been moving more properties. I feel like
They've
the
done more
more
moves.
moves you
Yeah.
make, the more you build equity. Because if you bought a house for $250,000
That's a great
20
point.
years ago and you still have that house is going to be worth, say, $1.5 million now. But that $3 million property, you're not going to buy because you haven't saved $1.5 million in 20 years.
Of course.
But the guy who had that $250,000 home bought the $450,000 home 3 more years later, then bought the $600,000. All of a sudden, they're building equity without having to actually downstroke it. They just kind of, the asset appreciates and they just put a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And all of a sudden, they're living in a $3 or $4 million property. You're living in a $1.5 million property. There's nothing wrong with either scenario. Somebody might be happy living in the original home because they don't like making moves and they like to be grounded.
Whatever.
Like some people, I'm a little bit like that. I don't like moving around too much. But
to get ahead,
and to
you
build
got to
equity,
move 4 or 5 times. Like that's how people get.
That's
there,
what
right?
I've seen. It's like because
Pay off the mortgage. You
Yeah.
know, like
But now what about those benefits for owning new construction?
So yeah, we talked about this too. Like
the new construction.
Like the new construction, I feel like it's a bit soft now because nobody's they haven't come down on their prices.
But is there any benefits in current market right now? Is there any benefits?
With the market that we're in, it's kind of the benefits that you could see is probably hoping that you're getting, you know, today's pricing, hoping that when it closes in 3 to 5 years, the market's going to be different.
No, I don't see that happening right now. I see advertising for new homes like astronomically more money than we can sell
They're
for
trying to
resale.
To make
They're trying to
make
recoup.
money.
Yeah, because
Not even-
builders
I don't
have
even-
the mindset.
No, I don't
that-
even think they're recouping. I just think they're holding prices from 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
ago. So 2 or 3 years ago, if that house is worth $3 million, we can buy homes in that exact area for maybe 2.6, 2.4, 2.5.
So they're not being realistic.
They're not moving on their prices because I guess
They've
they don't
paid
need to.
so much for the land, and in their head with all the costs of
Who knows?
everything,
Or
they need to make
they're-
a certain amount.
Or some of these developers and builders are in the driver's seat. They don't need to drop their price.
They're just gonna wait.
They can wait for the market to come back.
And that's what they've been doing.
And I'm looking at condo sales, and I see new condo site developments online, or you see banners, and you see they're still selling for $1,300 a foot, $1,400 a foot. We can easily get condos for $1,000 a square foot now. So why would anybody buy new? Like,
So
I
what
mean,
you're saying is there are no benefits to buying new construction.
oh,
right now.
there's a lot of benefits.
Oh,
if
there
you
is.
want, if you wanna move into a place that nobody's lived in it, and you want something fresh, and yes, it's a benefit. But
Financially, there's no benefits.
there's better deals if you resale, if you buy a resale. In my opinion,
That's good.
I also think that people do the new home because the amount of money is stretched out as well. They don't have to drop, you know.
yeah, there's
400K,
less
300K.
deposit.
you're
There's a better
dropping.
deposit structure for these.
That's helpful.
But at the end of the day, you still have to pay for it, and it's overpriced right now. And then the other thing is the biggest downfall to brand new is you're going to be living in mud if it's a new subdivision because these subdivisions are not getting ready. They're not getting done as quick as they used to. So you're going to be living in construction
That's right.
for a while.
No grass, mud,
and then
stones.
condos. And then condos, I would never buy a brand new condo. I
Why?
would because you move in, there's that registration process, and then you're living paying a phantom mortgage for a long period till it gets registered. So you're kind of paying rent anyway before you actually get the registration process done. And then you don't really know what you're buying. It's a brand new development. You don't know what the growing pains are going to be like, mismanagement, like bad buildings. Like, so at least when you buy a resale, you see the brick and mortar, you visit the place, you have a status certificate to review, so you can see what the financial well-being is of the condo. You can see how it's managed. You can see if there's any liabilities, any lawsuits against the corporation that you're buying into. There's a lot of perks in buying a resale.
They have a reputation. The building's built
and
a
you,
reputation.
and now you can walk the space. Like sometimes you're buying 650 square feet.
Oh yeah.
You don't know what it's like. You're looking at a piece of paper and a floor plan, but now you're actually walking in the building. You're walking through the lobby. You can see the finishes. You can walk through your suite. You look out the balcony. What view do you have? Most people don't know that because you're buying it when you're buying paper, especially on a condo.
You don't know if another condo is going to come up in front.
Exactly.
Well, you don't also you don't
nailed
know.
it. He nailed it.
Yeah.
He nailed it. You nailed it. I think you nailed a lot of the things that people are not talking about.
Yeah.
Because resale, you're right. It's right there. There's
You see it all.
there's no hidden
Unknowns.
agendas.
I mean, there's always an unknown with condos. Anything could change on a daily. But the fact of the matter is, you have a good screenshot of everything. You know what I
And
mean?
here's another thing: when you buy it on piece of paper, in your contract, it says that sometimes walls could be changed as long as along the way as they're building.
Yeah.
So you can't change that. You can't stop that from happening. So if you thought a wall was going to be a certain way and they had to steal a little bit for whatever, mechanical or whatever, then. And are you really getting that 650 square feet, or is it 625?
Let's get out the measuring tape.
It doesn't matter. It might even be more. The whole point is it could fluctuate because they don't have it etched in stone. It's just the unknown. It's really just the unknown. Like, when you walk into a place, you don't know what it's about until you actually walk into the building, right?
Well done. This is very well said, Dave. So we talked about the benefits of owning a home. We talked about the benefits of new construction. Now let's talk about the benefits of getting a hold of us. How can they get a hold of you, Sam?
They can catch me on Instagram at Sam Genova Real Estate.
And C21 Fine Living Realty for me.
And do not forget, Spotify, of course. We are Talk 21, YouTube, and everywhere else that they want to find us.
Thank you.
Until next time.
See you on the next one.
See you later.